Hey, what is up guys? So we are going to be doing a deck profile for the Kaiju Yosenjus, or Kaiju Senju is what I like to call it. But anyways, you guys haven't seen how the deck works, I'll put a link down below in the description box. Very fun deck, very easy deck to understand how it works, and I would say it's relatively budget friendly. But anyways, let's go and jump right into the deck profile, and then we'll talk a little bit more about it after. So we have a total copy of 6 Kaijus, so there's 3 copies of the dragon and 3 copies of the spiders. That's all we have right now in the TCG. Hopefully we'll get more in the future though. Next up we have 2 copies of Santa Claus or Satan Claus in the OCG. So you can special summon this card from your hand to your opponent's side of the field in defense position by tributing 1 monster they control. If you do, during the end phase, the controller can draw 1 card. It's not going to really matter. It's basically like a Kaiju, although it's not as good. So if we get more other Kaijus, I would highly recommend you guys to actually not be playing Satan Claus, simply because you're going to get way more utility out of the waterfront, obviously by searching, and in the off chance that it has to stay there, it's got 25 defense, so it's a little bit difficult to get over. I mean, these, you can special summon this from your hand by tributing one of their monsters. I mean, this card will go back anyways, but sometimes when there's something in defense mode, like for example, like 101, for example, needs to take something attack position. It's just much more of a benefit to decide if you want an attack and defense. But like I said, if we get more Kaiju, just swap this out and make it much better. Next up, we got Thunder King. It's one of its the Yosenju is essentially an anti-meta deck, so it fits right in. Then we have 2 copies of the Hermit, aka Comma 2. Then we have 3 copies of Comma 1, which is actually the most important one. And then we have 3 copies of Comma 3. And then we have 2 copies of the Sujik. And then we have 1 Neospatian Granville. That's pretty much it for the monsters, unless you count Flying Sea. So anyways, Flying Sea has the awesome effect when your opponent normal or special summons a monster, except during the damage step. You just special summon this card from your hand to their side of the field in defense position. The controller of this card cannot exceed summon, so this helps him out perhaps against some of the faster decks that like to exceed heavily. With so much magician performance pauses, obviously is there, and also because they're going to be stuck with the cards on the board, you can go ahead and tribute them, and then from there you can get your awesome effects. Next up we have Magic Planter over here. We'll get into that later. Well, I mean, we talked about all the continuous stuff he's got, so let's just draw power essentially. Then we have 2 copies of Trade In, so he's able to trade in the Kaijus that he doesn't want. He's going to be able to search them out for free anyways. Then we have 3 copies of Tenki, which is nothing new to Yosenju's. What interesting enough, he doesn't play Duality, and the reason why, guys, is he's gonna special these cards. I'm sure you guys were like, what the heck is Duality? If you guys want, you can try out maybe Duality if you want, maybe just like one of them. But the way that this deck works is you're tributing your opponent's stuff so they have nothing. You're gonna out-resource them essentially, especially with this card. And then we have 1 copy of Summoning Curse. This card is actually pretty cool. I almost wanted to make a video because I didn't even know that this card existed. So it is a continuous spell card that says when a monster is special summoned, the controller of that monster chooses 1 card in their hand and vanishes it. And then it doesn't come back. That's really crazy. It says the controller of that monster. So I'm assuming when you use it with the Kaijus, that means every time you summon a Kaiju, they go -1. I almost want to try running this in some crazy deck. I definitely want to try this card out. It looks really crazy. You do have to pay 500 life points or destroy the card. It's a small cost to get rid of an opponent's card, and especially since you're already getting rid of one of their monsters on board. And then you have 3 copies of the Kaiju Waterfront, which essentially is going to get you all of your cards, well, your Kaijus for free. Later on, maybe they'll add some other Kaiju cards that you can use other than the 2 ones that we have available now. Then we have Vandy's Emptiness. And then we have 2 copies of Finishing, 2 copies of Royal Decree, and 2 copies of Call of the Haunted. Pretty cool stuff. And I know some of you are saying, well, he plays Decree and he's playing these other cards. It doesn't really matter. Remember, guys, Magical Planner can get rid of them. But as far as the extra deck, he's got 1 of the Kagutsuchi, 1 copy of Dark Rebellion Exceed Dragon, Utopia, number 103 Ragna 0, the Tiger King, wait, hold on. Mero Geist? I thought this card had a different name in TCG. Anyways, some of these cards are more conditional than others. I think Excited Knight would have been a much better card, but again, I haven't changed this. Then we have the number 50 Black Triple Corn, 101 Phantasmal Dragon, 2 copies of Castell, 1 Chidori, 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 Gaga Cowboy, and 1 Rhapsody in Berserk. So that's it for the deck profile, guys. If you guys haven't seen how the deck works, I'll put a link, like I said, down below in the description box, and you guys can go ahead and watch the video and let me know what you guys think of the deck if you guys have tried it out yourself. I think it's a pretty unique deck. It's been a while since I saw something so unique. And it works really well because Common 1 gets to bounce back the card and you get to re-summon it, and then you bounce it back again. So freaking cool. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. It's been your boy Will Smith, signing out.